You're listening to Eat, Play, Sex with Dr. Kat, the place to up-level that sexy life of yours, with expert talk on sex, love, and nutrition.
To our bodies and learning our bodies, which in some of my episodes I've brought on nutritionists and everybody has their own different perspectives of what is right for our bodies. And so I'm seeing all of this, like, this is the protocol you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you do. And my body has not particularly taken to a lot of these different protocols. How do you help people identify what is right for their body?
Sure. So let's take a step at what holistic nutrition means. So nutrition, there are certain nutritionists out there that go get more of a science degree where you look at nutrition as numbers. So truly calorie in, calorie out, or energy, the calories give you the energy and that's what you burn when you come out. But in the science-based way of looking at things like this, it is not taking in the entire person, where there are other elements like your environment and stresses in your, the way you live, perhaps your work environment, your career path. Are you happy and successful in what you're doing? Are you creating enough of the happy hormones that make you feel like I want to get out of bed in the morning? Do you have a sexual partner? Do you have a relationship? Do you have family and community and people around you that you feel supported? Or are you doing this alone? Do you have finances? Are you happy and healthy in your finances areas? Or do you feel that you have, scarcity and always struggling in that area? This can also affect your health as well. Do you have a spiritual practice, and do you have a moment of tuning in or tuning out, going in nature, prayer, religion, community again? These are all of the areas of our life. And the last one is play. Do you have time for play? Which, right? Like,
that's mine.
But again, no one teaches us again that, like, as a child, we're so good at playing and having this beautiful, natural state of being until we're told, no, we're not meant to, stop playing. Yeah. Now you got to work. Now you got to hustle. Now you got to, achieve and go. And so the holistic nutrition, which is what I trained in, is looking at the whole person. So we're looking at every area of your life that may be out of balance and may be influencing. So some of my clients come to me that have severe health issues. They might have lymphoma, a cancer, or they've had a huge wake up call in their life, and they've come to me to fix their food. They know that changing their diet has been studied, that would be a good influence. So we look at food as the foundation. But once you get to the root cause and you start changing how you eat, you start to change how you feel and your energy, especially if you're finding out for you in particular. Not one diet is going to fit everybody. So I also really believe in bio-individuality, like who you are, where you came from, how you were born, how you were raised, what diet you were fed as a child, where you live right now and what you do for a living. This is going to be this is so unique to you. No one else does you or has come from where you come from. So this is step one. When I work with the client one-on-one, I find out the back information, their health history. Who are you? And why are you the way you are? Where do you get this crazy, beautiful energy from? I'm so interested in knowing the person, where a normal doctor and a science doctor-based nutritionist, they don't ask any of these questions. So they're missing the link between health and happiness and who you are, and they're just looking at the numbers. And I think when we're in that achievement state, like I said, that like having to like go and achieve and do, you're missing the whole element of nurturing and nourishment and using energy as nourishing you as your temple. So that's when I work with clients one-on-one. It's actually like, sure, there's a million different ways out there that we could apply certain theories and philosophies around diets and cleanses and food protocols, but let's start with you. Let's find out who you are, where you come from, what your food sensitivities are. I usually try and work with a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath, and I love getting the numbers. Like, knowledge is power. When you do have that information, it's super important for me then to like, okay, let's work on the foods that suit your body, not just because they're trending over here. And then we experiment with what works for you. And it's usually a 3 to 6 month program, because it takes time to start to retrain and to reprogram, perhaps if you haven't been raised this way, or you don't know this,
Yeah, this is a whole lifestyle upgrade. Like you're literally taking from the foundation of this is how you're operating in your life. This is what we need to change in order to even support the food that's coming in. Because if that isn't on point, then it doesn't matter what the food is that's coming in. It's still going to be processed incorrectly. Yeah.
100%.
There is a practitioner, his name, or a researcher, his name is Dr. Gabor Mate. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, you mentioned him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took
So
notes.
his work all focuses around how chronic disease and chronic pain is impacted by high levels of stress and non-expression of emotion. So
100%.
suppressing ourself
Mhm.
or not taking care of the stress, but rather like keeping it in is what is causing this buildup or creation of disease.
100%. And I think that's where the element of like exercise and playtime and
Play. Yeah.
dance, movement,
Yeah.
somatic therapy, I think has
Mhm.
had a real big uptake in the last few years. My sister's
Yeah.
a somatic therapist. And I'm a dancer. I was a dancer my whole life. And I know, again, when I'm not moving my body, there is stagnant energy that gets stuck and it can get caught in your body. And also a lot of these people who have suffered from cancers and traumas in their life or disharmony in their body, you ask them and go, where do you think this came from? And generally they can pinpoint a specific traumatic event in their life or a build up of over, the same repetition with a relationship or a work or something that triggered. It can also be an environmental factors or something triggered that in them, and they know. And that's what I'm talking about, tuning in and listening to your body. It's like your body's constantly speaking to us, but we're so either fast that we don't have time to stop and listen, or we're eating foods that are actually numbing the ability to tune in. So,
Lovers, thank you again for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, hit subscribe and head over to eatplaysex.com to connect with me and grab my sexy guides. Because my goal here is to get you to eat, play, and sex better so you can improve your sex life, which will improve every aspect of your life. Until next time, keep it sexy.